Hi everyone, it's Tamara here from lalalandcrafts with another card making tutorial. This week I'm using the new release stamp set, Beach Happy Clear Stamp Set, along with some of the dies from the new release and some older dies. I'll be doing some Copic colouring of the images and the die cuts, and then a card making tutorial. So let's get started. Now that the colouring's all finished, I'm also going to cut out of Copic Express at Cardstock some die elements to colour up as well. I'm actually going to be using the candy cart die plus some of its elements to create a Tiki Bar. So I'm going to cut out the main part of the candy cart plus this panel a couple of times to make some kind of paneling to the bottom of that, and use these candy glass jars and turn them into cocktail glasses. I'm also going to cut out these two clouds dies, but I don't end up using them in the end, plus also the Tiki frame builder. I've grabbed out a panel of smooth white cardstock, and I'm going to be using the largest of the scallop rectangle dies to cut out a panel, and then the largest rounded rectangle dies I'm going to cut out this panel from the summer vacation paper pack to create my scene, and I'll be using one of the snowbank dies to create a nice sandbank. Make sure you keep the balance of your cardstock, because you'll definitely be able to use that on another card. So this will be what my scene will look like, and now I'm just going to use that same largest rounded rectangle die just to cut out my sand to match in the bottom of my panel. Now, as I'm turning my candy cart into a Tiki bar, I'm just going to trim off that little spot down the bottom where the wheel normally sits, and I've cut out a number of the kind of timber strips that create the actual top of the cart, and now I'm going to glue them all down. So it's best to start with the top one that normally sits in that spot, and that way it's very easy to line the rest of those little timber strips up underneath it, just lining it up on either side and making sure they're pushed up nice and close together. So just add a little bit of glue as you work down, and just lining it up, making sure they're even. And we'll just pop the balance of the glue down. There will be a little bit left at the bottom, which you can either trim off or you can just tuck into the base of your sand once you've got that installed onto the front of your card base. So you can always just leave that blank and have those openings, but I wanted to create an actual fully enclosed roof for my bar. So I'm just going to use some washi tape just to seal off those portions, and I'll pop a little bit down on this end as well, and that way they're fully sealed and we can get those inserts put back in. Now, because obviously the washi tape is sticky, you could just do that, stick them in itself, but I wanted to make sure that they're glued in securely, and obviously my glue wasn't flowing, so I had to get that restarted. So I'm just putting a small amount in each of those openings. I've got them already lined up in order that they'll go in up on my glass mat, and then they just slot in perfectly then, and you've got a fully enclosed canopy for our Tiki Hut. Now, with our glass jars, we just need to trim off just the top of where they kind of curve up into the lids. And now we're going to have two perfectly sized glasses to sit on the edge of our Tiki bar. Now I'll just put on some music while I do the colouring of our Tiki Hut, the glasses and the sand, and then we'll come back in with the card assembly. Now I've already pre-cut and scored a green card base, and I will have all the measurements in the description box below. So you could just glue this white scallop rectangle to the card base, but I'm going to actually just prop it up with a little bit of foam tape. So I'm just kind of strategically placing that over the panel. This one I just wanted to remove and just move it over and just get a little bit more support up into that top right hand corner. So we'll remove all the release tape and we'll get that onto the front of our card base, ready for the rest of our panel to go onto the top. So I'm just going to now get some square foam tape pieces to put on my sand onto the front of my scene. So I've removed all the release paper, and this is really easy to line up because I've already cut it out with the same rounded stitch panel. But when I tried to put my Tiki Hut on there, I even trimmed off the bottom, but it still just wouldn't sit and be, hidden behind that sandbank. So I've actually just pulled off the sandbank because I want to just glue this Tiki Hut directly to our scene front. So I've got that all glued down. And while I'm at it, I'll also get our Tiki torch. Now that was a little bit taller than I wanted, so I've just given that a trim, put a bit of glue on the top and put our Tiki torch up the top. Now because this is a day scene, I haven't put any flame in there. It's just the Tiki torch ready to go for when the night time comes. And now we can just pop our sand piece back right on the front, and they're all kind of hidden down into our sand. And we'll just get that little X popped on the front of our Tiki Hut to hold that Tiki torch in place. Now you could again just glue this panel directly to your scalloped card panel, but I'm going to just prop that up also with some foam tape, just popping a few pieces around each of the areas of the card to make sure it's supported. Take off the release paper and we'll get that centered into the middle of our scalloped panel and make sure it's all lined up and secured. Now I've also painted up my sign to look like a little sign that will go onto our Tiki Hut, but I'm just wanting to prop that up with a little bit of foam tape. So I've got out my foam squares again, and I'm also going to pop up the glasses so they're kind of sitting on the top of our Tiki Bar. So I'm just going to work out and make sure I've got enough room for my sign and for my glasses to all sit with our little characters. So I've taken off the release paper, so we'll get our little sign attached to the front of our bar, and we'll also pop our little glasses so that they're sitting on top of the bar as well. So I've already put the foam tape on the back of our characters, so I'm just going to line her up on the front, kind of making sure that our sign is showing our sentiment. Now I was going to pop her in front of the tiki pole and plant, but I wanted to show that gorgeous plant behind her, so I thought popping her here shows both the plant and the sand, so it really makes our scene look wonderful. And this is a finished project for today. This was so fun to make. I love it when you look in your stash and you can find something that you can make into something else that will really help a card making scene. I hope you've enjoyed this card making tutorial. If you have, please hit the like button, and if you'd like to see any future videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.